Hi, welcome to my channel. So this is my first official video, so welcome to, I would say welcome back otherwise. So I've wanted to start recording videos and making videos for a long time. I just wasn't always exactly sure what I wanted to talk about. I did toy around with the idea for doing like weekly Christian inspiration based off like what I was reading in the Bible that week or devotionals or whatever, but I decided against that idea for now. I do have a Substacks account and I have started a newsletter for that, so if you're interested in that, I can let you guys know what that is. But for now, it's October, which is Dysautonomia Awareness Month. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on, considering I do have a disease or syndrome that falls under a dysautonomic disorder. So in September, I found this monthly challenge of like a photo you post every day with like a description, and you just, kind of explain a little bit about what your life is like with your disorder. So I really wanted to do that. I was going to do it on Instagram. I was going to put it on my story each day for whatever it is and maybe make a post about it if it was something that was like closer to home. But as you can tell, it's October 14th today. And actually, yeah, it's the 14th and I've not started. So I decided that I was going to do a video instead, and I'm going to do days 1 through 14. And I just decided I was going to do that instead because it's easier, and also people don't get spammed with stuff that they don't really care about if they don't care about it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first day is Dysautonomia Strong Selfie Share Your Story. So I think it's kind of hard to find one picture that reflects it all completely. I don't even have this picture, but I can describe it for you guys, and then I can describe my story a little bit. So basically the picture that I would choose is when I was in Children's Hospital in Washington, D.C., and I was getting ready to do my MRI of my brain, and I had my nails done, and that actually ties into the second one. I'll add the second one in. So second one is turquoise nails. I obviously don't have turquoise nails right now, but I did back then when this picture was taken. So they were dark blue when my temperature was cold, and then when I got warm, they would turn turquoise, which is really cool. So I remember, obviously, before I did my MRI, so I've had different MRIs. So the one on my wrist, obviously, you just lay like this and you get it taken like that. But when I got an MRI of my head, they needed to give me an IV. So halfway through, they could pull me out and they could inject the liquid that made them be able to see it clearer. Because obviously, if you know an MRI, you go in the little thing. But not only that, but I also had my head locked in a capsule, so I could see that better. So I remember, so my very first MRI of my wrist, obviously no one else could go in the room. But when we did my other one at Children's Hospital for my head, obviously it's targeted for younger children, so I could have a parent go in. They just had to make sure they didn't have any metal in them. They had to go through all these tests and stuff like that. So I was getting ready. My dad got done testing, so he could come in with me. And my mom was taking a picture, and I just got my IV in, and I was smiling. I had my hospital gown on. I was smiling, and I had super cute nails in the picture. I looked like a wreck, but otherwise, yeah. So I guess that's kind of the one that I think of most because, I don't know, it was at the hospital. And like that, I don't know. I guess I could talk about my tilt table test, but I don't really have any pictures from that, I don't think. Like that's the only picture that I like actually think of. So that's that. So that was day 1. Obviously, I didn't really tell you guys my story. You'll catch along if you continue watching the series. Basically, I was diagnosed with POTS disease, which is a dysautonomic disorder, about 6 years ago. Exactly 6 years ago, in like an extra month. So yeah, that's my story. There's not really much more to tell. I mean, there's plenty more to tell, but not in this length of a video. So number 2 was turquoise nails. I don't have turquoise nails, but I used to. Number 3, favorite salty snack. Okay, so all of these are related to Dysautonomia Awareness Month, obviously. I mean, day 31's Halloween costume, that's really not related, but whatever. It's October 31st, Halloween. So favorite salty snack. So you're probably wondering, what does salt and snacks have to do with Pott's disease? So I have Pott's disease, meaning I don't get enough blood and oxygen to my brain, and I also have low blood pressure. So two things that can help build your blood pressure up is if you retain salt and water, which is why it's really important. So if I'm starting to feel really lightheaded or dizzy and I just feel faint, I need to drink plenty of water. I mean, I should be drinking plenty of water throughout the day anyway, but also eating salty snacks. So my go-to number one, 100% favorite salty snack when I'm feeling faint and lightheaded is pretzels. Pretzels are so good. I love pretzels. They're salty. And even when I had a lot of stomach issues and stuff, so they diagnosed me as having gluten intolerance. And I still found the best tasting gluten-free pretzels. So throughout this entire time we have in Pott's, pretzels have always been my favorite salty snack for when I'm feeling lightheaded and faint. And for nauseous, when I feel really nauseous, my favorite my favorite snack is Frosted Flakes without milk. Don't ask me why, they just make me feel better. All right, third one, go-to hydration method. So I've always struggled with hydration. So for me, I love water. I love water. I don't like soda. I don't like energy drinks. I don't like Gatorade. I don't like little things you pour in your water for electrolytes. Like, no, I like water, milk, and orange juice, and like lemonade. Like, I really am very picky when it comes to drinks. So water is my go-to hydration method. I always have water with me, like always, whether I'm taking a walk. Okay, if I'm taking a walk, I don't always have, like if it's around my house, like outside, it doesn't matter because I can sit down and like die and it's fine. But like if I'm out in public anywhere, I'm probably always gonna have water. When I'm driving, I always have generally my Hydro Flask next to me with the lid off, so when I'm driving, I can just drink. When I go anywhere, I usually have a backpack or a purse that's really big and I have a water bottle in it. I know when I was at the fair, we had our county fair like a month or so ago, and you know, there's me with my water, and I was complaining to my mom. I was like, Mom, why do I have to have water? Like, why can't I just be a normal teenager that doesn't need water? Because, you know, most teenage girls, they just have their phone and they have all their money in there. And no, there's me with my phone and my snacks and my water. And I'm like, why can't I just be normal? So if you're watching this and you don't have to bring a water bottle everywhere, you are 100% blessed, because it really does get annoying because you're having to hold stuff and just, it's not fun. All right, 5, your favorite comfy clothes style. So I don't really know what this has to do with Dysautonomia Awareness Month. I'm thinking maybe like when you're not feeling well, what you like to wear, when you're in the hospital, what you like to wear. So if I have a hospital visit, I haven't had one in a while, thankfully. I actually need to go back. But I don't dress up for hospitals. I wear like sweatpants, and I just wear whatever because it's a hospital, and clearly I'm sick because I'm there. And people that are in hospitals aren't supposed to be all made up. And you can if you want to. I'm not judging. I know some people like to, whatever. But no, I just basically wear lame stuff. I will say one time I got picked up from school and we were going to DC, and I was wearing a dress and I had my hair up in pigtails that were braided because obviously cute girls with pigtails get more sympathy, and I was hoping that the nurses and the doctors would be nicer to me if I looked cute, because if I looked like my normal like 6th grade teenage self, then like, I don't know, I guess I just figured that they wouldn't be as nice to me, and if I looked younger they'd be nicer, which in reality it's Children's Hospital, so it's literally for people that are under 18, and they're nice to all of them. So if you're like under 18 or you have kids that are under 18 and they have problems, take them to Children's, because they're a lot nicer than big people hospitals, and they're more specialized generally too. This is what dysautonomia looks like. That's day 6. So I don't really know how to explain it, so I'm just going to use 5 words. So I'm going to say tired, non-energetic, lightheaded, dizzy, and breathless. That's what I'm gonna say. Number 7, favorite resting spot, the floor. 100% the floor. I love floors. So if I'm feeling really faint and I'm like, okay, I need to sit down, do not give me a chair. I will say, thank you, I'm sitting on your floor. So if I feel that bad, generally a chair is not gonna cut it because I could just fall off the chair. So I always sit on the floor. Generally, I prefer a concrete, cold, cool floor, like wood or whatever. But if you have carpet, I'll be grateful for that. But yeah, it doesn't even matter if it's the floor of my house, it's the floor of the supermarket. Like, I will sit whenever, wherever, if I need to. Not only that, but I used to sleep on the floor because when I was laying in my bed, I always felt this collapsing feeling as if I was like falling through. So like, you know how people have those dreams where they're like falling, or they feel like they're falling, but then they're like, we wake up before we actually fall. Like, that's normal. Everybody has the falling dreams. Yeah, well, that's how I always felt. Similar, like when I was trying to go to sleep, I just felt like I did not like the feeling. So I slept on my floor for like a year because I couldn't sleep in my bed. My bed's not even that high, it's like normal, but I just couldn't handle it. So I slept on the floor for a really long time. I still sleep on the floor sometimes, not because I feel like I'm falling, but you know, sometimes I don't know, the floors, I like floors, okay? So my favorite resting spot is 100% the floor. Who or what inspires you most? Jesus. So I guess there's not really one specific person. I mean, there's multiple people. So like, Jesus obviously does inspire me because I know that like I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and that he's there for me and he'll never leave me or forsake me or whatever. But I guess people that really inspire me are other people that have similar problems to me. And if they either A, had it the same or worse and they're better, or even if they have it currently worse than me and they're still finding ways to fight through it and just mitigate their symptoms every day, like, they really inspire me for people who don't give up. So people who feel like crap but still leave their house, like the people who strive hard to not just sit in bed and sleep and lay around all day, because you know, it's a struggle. For Dysautonomia Awareness Month, okay, so I should say a cure because there's not one, but honestly, like, I found some really cute merch the other day I was sending to my mom, and I kind of low-key want that. Like, one of them was like a little pen. It's like, hello, I have POTS. Please offer me a seat and water. And I was like, I love that. And another one was like, stop saying I don't look sick, which I love that one too, because obviously POTS is a cardiac problem and it's an invisible illness. So obviously you don't look sick. You don't sound sick. Like, duh. I did see another one. It was like, you don't look sick, and then it said, well, you don't look stupid, but looks can be deceiving. But honestly, that one's kind of rude, so I don't like that one. But yeah, a cure would be great. I'd love to live a normal life and just go a day without realizing I have POTS because I feel so good. But we're still working on that. Favorite inspiring quote. Okay, so I really like that one as well. So favorite inspiring quote. I'm obviously going to quote a Bible verse because my hope is found in Jesus. I feel like there's a song I should be breaking out into that like has that as like the theme or something. But yeah, so the top 3 that I really like is Mark 11:24, which says, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, it will be yours. And that one just really gives me hope that, you know, I can get through things and that God has my back. The other one is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Don't ask me the reference at this moment because it's not coming to my brain. The third one is probably Jeremiah 29:11, which is, I declare the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future. Yeah, I don't think I said that right, but that's the gist of it. And then obviously like the one that's like, I'll never leave you and forsake you. So just like those Bible verses throughout the Bible that give us hope or whatever. 11, favorite cozy socks. So I'm probably supposed to say compression socks, but in reality, I don't really like compression socks. I never have. I don't really like the way that they make my legs feel because they kind of get tight and itchy. But not only that, but so for me, if you know me, I wear Vans all the time. And I wear Vans socks, so it doesn't look like I'm actually wearing socks. So my shoe and sock end here, and my pants starts here. So there's like this little layer of skin that's showing. My mom used to get really mad in the winter because she's like, you're gonna get cold. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. But I don't like wearing long socks because I don't want people to see that socks. Like if I'm wearing like white shoes and then like black ripped jeans, and then there's just like zebra stripe polka dot socks, like that ruins the outfit, dude. So, I've only ever had one, and I actually recently got rid of them. I think I'm gonna start wearing them again, probably around my house, because I don't really care what my skin gap looks like around my house. But if anyone is watching this, I do have a question. So obviously I know how they work. So basically, if you have POTS, you don't get enough blood or oxygen in your brain, and it tends to pull down in your legs more, and then it jips your head. So the compression socks help to not have it pull down there, but can like, make it go back up. That's a terrible, terrible description. But so I do have a question because I do not know the answer to this. So let's say I'm wearing compression socks like all morning long and all afternoon long, but then for evening time, I'm going to like a fancy dinner and I'm like taking them off and I'm wearing a dress and heels. Does me wearing them in the morning and the afternoon reflect, like, do you have to be wearing them for them to work, or can they, like, you get what, does anyone understand my question? I hope so, because I don't know how to explain it. So, like, do you have to be wearing them for them to work, or if you wear them for a time building up to something and then take them off, can the blood still be like, oh, we need to stay up here until it realizes, oh, wait, we can go down the leg? I don't know if that makes sense. Currently reading the Bible. So I'm reading Jeremiah in the Bible right now. I also did see this book. It was called, it was a book about POTS. It was like POTS Surviving the Waves Survival Guide. It's not actually what it's called, but it's similar to something like that. I thought about maybe getting that one. I'm also going to see what the library has. I don't necessarily want something that tells me the medical facts about it because, yes, I know, I don't care. I would rather, read stories from other people or whatever. I started watching this one person on YouTube that shares her story. I've started reading other vlogs about it. So yeah. Oh, and then also, this is off topic, but I'm also reading the Christy Miller series, or I mean, like, they're my favorite series. So if you are a girl, read it. You're gonna love them. I recommend them 100,000%. Like, literally, my friend gave it to me for my birthday, and I was like, a book? Thank you. I was like, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, a book? Are you kidding me? That's it? And then I read it, and I was like, this is the best gift I've ever got. So yes, 100% read it. 13, selfie with a spoon. Okay, so I don't have a spoon in here. So if you're like spoons, okay, so there's something called the spoon theory, which is a way for people to, demonstrate and show how much energy they have. So most people that don't have a chronic illness, they have lots of spoons. They can do all types of stuff throughout the day and it doesn't bother them. Like they could get up in the morning, then they can go for a run, then they can go to school, then after school they can go to sports, and after sports they can go to dinner, and then they can stay up till like midnight and talk on the phone with their friends, and then like do the same thing next day. Yeah. Well, people that have chronic illnesses generally can't do that because we run out of energy, we run out of spoons. So spoon theory was developed as a way to kind of explain how many, like sometimes I'll be like, Mom, I can't do that right now. I only have like 2 spoons left. So basically throughout the day, you have a certain allotted amount of spoons that you can have, or like that your body gives you, and you have to spread them evenly, and it's a whole thing. So I don't have a selfie with a spoon. I also just realized what the spoon theory was like a month ago. My friend, she does have a spoon tattooed behind her ear as a way to, represent, I mean, it's behind her ear, so like, never mind. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, I don't have a spoon tattoo. I don't have even a spoon in my room, I don't think. I did see these spoon earrings and I wouldn't want them, but I do want a keychain that has like spoons, like small little like spoons at the bottom, or like these little salt things, and I don't know, it's really cute. So yeah, selfie with a spoon. Yeah, selfie with a spoon is, I don't have a spoon. But I definitely do relate to the spoon theory because it really stinks when it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and you have to go to work at 3 and you have no spoons left and you have to drive. So, yeah. Okay, 14, hope. What does hope mean to you? What does hope mean? Well, hope means that like good things are gonna happen in the future. But I think I'm supposed to be relating this to like me. So I guess hope is knowing that I'm progressing and I am getting better, because obviously there's aspects where I've gotten worse at, but there's definitely a lot of things that I've been able to get better at. Like for one example, cars. I used to not be able to ride in cars very comfortably. Like one day my body was just like, we don't like these things. So I would get in the car and we'd drive like 5 miles and like, Mom, I can't be in this car. I have to go home. So then I started to be able to ride in cars more comfortably. I would like read a book or go on my phone or something. I couldn't look outside. I couldn't know I was moving. I had to just pretend I was like sitting at home. So then I comfortably got more able to ride in cars and it wasn't as big of a problem. The only time it was a problem was when the car was idling. So if we were just sitting around like in a drive-through or something, I didn't really like that. If the car was off, it was fine, and if the car was moving forward, it was fine, but I didn't like the idling. So there were certain times where I'd get out and I'd be like, nah, it's kind of messing with me. I also didn't really like going in reverse. So the very first time I rode the bus after that, I was terrified because I can't get on the bus and be like, hey, can we like stop and let me off? And like, no. So I was kind of really nervous about that. I ended up being completely fine. The only time I really noticed it again was when it was idling at school, and you know, worst case, like we're at school, I could get out if necessary. But yeah, now I can sit in an idling car. It doesn't bother me. I can drive a car. That's a story that does bother me sometimes, and I can definitely talk about what driving with bots is like. But anyway, so yeah, I guess hope is knowing that I'm going to continue to progress and that they're getting closer to a cure, and also just knowing that no matter what, Jesus is always with me, and that, you know, I'm gonna be okay. And if I'm not, then I'll die and go to heaven. Like, big deal. And then 15, my daily life. Okay, so I've actually thought about all these questions because today's October 14th, so I thought of 1 through 14. 15, my daily life. I don't really have anything to say about that. I feel like daily is so broad and none of my days are the same. Because obviously, you know, I'm not in school. I'm doing online classes, so the only time I really leave is if I'm hanging out with my friends or going to church. So I guess my daily life is just get up and do school and then try to be productive. I could elaborate so much. I don't even know how long I've been talking because obviously I can't see the time. So daily life, I feel like it would be a lot more interesting if I talked about daily life like pre me only ever staying at home. Obviously, I'm not staying at home. I'm staying at home more than I was because obviously I was doing sports and work and stuff, but I don't work anymore, and obviously it's fall, so the fall sports season is ending. So yeah, my daily life today, I woke up, I had a bad headache. I was like, all right, I'm gonna lay down again. Then I woke up like 30 minutes later, maybe it was an hour. I checked my email and it was like, you know that site that we do school on? Yeah, well, it's down, so you can't really do any schoolwork. So I was like, okay. So then I had breakfast, then I watched some TV, which was a bad idea. I should have only watched 1 episode. I should have watched like 2. And then I got ready to start record, and I'm getting really thirsty. I need some water. I'm getting out of breath. But yeah, so that's basically 1 through 15. I could definitely elaborate on 1 and 15 a lot more. But yeah, thank you for watching. Oh wait, that's supposed to be in the outro. Never mind. I'll see you later when I do my outro. Alright, thank you so much for watching my video. It's my first one. It was probably really long. I saw that it ended up being like 23 minutes, and that's without the intro and the outro included. So just thank you for watching if you made it that far. If you know anyone that might benefit from it, that wants to share their story too, or if you just have any questions, like, let me know. And if you guys are excited for the part 2, maybe even part 3, I don't know how many days I'm going to break it down into, then let me know, because my confidence is decreasing very rapidly. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video.